Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Rift Walkers. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't already, make sure to check out our website, flashfantasypodcast.com. Find things related to our other show, The Skeleton Crew, as well as just some other fun tidbits like arts and stories. Also, feel free to hop on our Discord server. We're on there, chatting with other listeners, and we'd love to have you too. Well, without further ado, here's the show.
Last time, the party, after being taken in by a strange community of humans, being kept as prisoners, though still living somewhat free within kin lands, they set out to help said humans solve a problem. Their cattle was being rustled, stolen, and farmhands were disappearing. However, as they went to investigate, something wasn't right. And it wasn't long before they came face to face with the Vaelor herself, Aduinium, the manifestation of manipulation, deception, and trickery. She mused, for a spell, at how she had been behind almost every single action that they'd undertaken so far. But now, finally being able to act on their own, would they dispel her evil? We find ourselves then in a clearing, covered in the guts and blood of cattle. Pieces of these dismembered corpses still floating in the air and attached to tree branches by these glistening silken threads. Aduinium herself riding a sort of membranous silk that stretches up into the twilight sky. And she laughs as she continues to ascend, eventually disappearing into the clouds above you, leaving you alone for just a moment in this clearing. Brynir, who had been tossed aside, regains his footing and rejoins the group. Kelnias still looks at the rest of you, utterly shocked at this interaction.
What in the blazes is going on? Who are you all?
Well, lad, I'll say that we are the finest warriors in this area of these great kinlands, and we are here to stop this strange thing, though I must say, recognizing us, I'm not quite sure.
Vaelors, perhaps we can explain everything after we have taken care of the threat before us.
Well, tip-tap-tally-ho, young lad. On we go.
And speaking of threat, as Aduinium disappears, a new being comes down from the sky to take her place. It's a limp, pale corpse. A sanguine, for those who would recognize the race, held aloft by those same marionette strings that you've been seeing so far. There's a tightened noose around his neck, and it seems that these strings that pull at his skin and his flesh are attached to almost every joint, every piece of him. His lips, his ears, his nostrils, every little inch. All except his eyes, which stare at you wide, tear-filled, and fearful. And then, letting out a pained screech, he's whipped about by the strings, and then brought forth against you. Roll initiative.
Oh boy.
What did you get?
A crit fail. Oh.
Nice.
Ifran rolled a 14.
Rolandir got 9.
Brynir got 23.
Mick got a 19.
Lilith's got 14.
Then the order will go player, this foe of yours, 3 more players, Kelnias, and then 1 player. So, who wants to take the first slot?
I would love to. Can Val go?
Go for it.
Okay. I would like to cast Fireball, centered around this friend, not hitting any of the party before they get in there for melee. I think they rolled a dexterity save. Yes, a dexterity saving throw. My DC is 17.
Well, that was a critical fail.
Ooh, yeah. Sorry, I should have specified this beforehand. I was planning on doing this. I'm not doing this now that it's a crit fail. I want to cast a 4th level Fireball, so here we go.
Okay.
This is 9d6, by the way.
Dang.
32 fire damage.
And how big is that radius?
20 feet?
Okay. So as this fireball goes toward this limp man being held aloft by these strings, you see the fire impact his body and explode as you would expect. But he continues to move forward out of the fire. You see bits and pieces of these strings sort of singe and sizzle up, a few of them disconnecting from his body and phasing out of existence. But there are still dozens and dozens of them dragging him along toward you.
Does anyone mind if Lerots goes next?
Go for it.
All right. Lerots getting in front of Val, kind of shouldering his way up, says,
Hey, you've got to go after the strings, eh?
and he's going to cross the section that's required to get to within 10 feet of this guy, because with his glaive he has reach. And he's just going to swing a gigantic attack above the guy, trying to cut the strings.
Okay,
26.
that will hit.
15 damage.
So as you swing your glaive in a wide arc, you catch a collection of these strings, maybe 5 to 10 of them, that are holding his right arm aloft. And as your glaive slices through them, you feel resistance, but then they snap. And part of his arm droops a bit, goes a little limp as he continues being pulled toward you. But you've definitely severed some bit of control.
Ah, it works then. Good.
And he's going to take his second attack to try to do the same thing, this time aiming specifically over the other arm, trying to cut off the connections there.
Okay, roll then.
That time he got a 22. Does that hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. And will deal 15, 16, 17 damage.
All right, and as you take another swing, pulling your glaive around, again aiming at these marionette strings holding him aloft, you're able to sever some that are holding his hand. And this hand of his goes limp as these strings snap and are pulled back into the oblivion above. Now, he's going to go. And all that happens is his form is pulled, and just the entire force of his weight and these strings smash into Lerots. Does a 15 hit?
His AC is like 20, so he's good.
Great, then both of these attacks, they don't miss because he honestly can't. It's his whole body that's being thrown at you. But as it impacts you, it just grazes off, kind of bouncing awkwardly to the side. These strings twisting and snapping, and you hear these little boing as this strange creature, this corpse held aloft, bounces harmlessly off you. Who's next?
Brinier would like to go. Those are tears of pain. He's not in control of himself. Let's end this quickly. And he goes into a rage.
So then why don't you do a wisdom saving throw, Brinier?
Okay, well, I rolled a 10.
Okay, so as you're entering this rage, you see these little strings hovering above you, longing after you, but they do nothing for now.
All right, and then seeing Lerots cut at some of these strings, Brinier decides to do the same.
Go for it.
Does a 28 hit,
It does.
dealing 23 radiant damage.
Okay. As you slice through these strings, taking care not to inflict damage on his body proper, you slice a few of them above his left shoulder and even above his cranium, where at one point this noose around his neck loosens for just a second, and you hear him utter the word "Logos," and then the noose is pulled taut again by these strings, and there's this awful choking noise. So you've severed a good maybe dozen of these strings from his body.
Seeing that worked, Brinier wants to do another attack. That was a nat 20. Oh, it's 23 radiant damage again.
Nice.
Okay. You're able to sever an equal amount of strings now going down his left arm to the point where his shoulder is just drooping purposelessly. His elbow and forearm still held aloft, and his body still flailing about wildly. But you do land a hit.
Actually, before
Or
I
if-
end, sorry, I just realized that I have this power. I am going to use Zealous Presence as a bonus action and everybody gains advantage on attack throws or attacks and saving throws until the
Nice.
start of my next turn.
Sweet. So you're going last next round.
Oh yeah.
So, seeing the successful attacks of his comrades, Rolandir, quick behind them with his sword drawn, goes in to attack as many of these invisible strands as he can directly above this figure's head. And as he's charging, having experienced this once before, he now wills some of his own blood to go into the handle of his sword. And it feels a little clunky. It's still very painful for him, but it goes in and he kind of takes on its traditional glow, and it's a bit of a brighter glow. It's doing radiant damage for technical purposes, and he's going to go in for the attack.
All right. Aiming for the strings?
Aiming for the strings like above the head area.
Great.
I get advantage, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
From zealous
Presence.
Okay, that's much better. 26.
That is a hit.
And then, as he's hitting, you see almost this extra brightness that comes through upon contact as it slices through the bands. And so total, he is going to deal 30 damage.
All right. As you slice through these strings, burning them up with your radiant sword, you see half of this living corpse's face just droop as it's freed from these strange manipulations.
Great. And he's going to continue on doing a twirl attack and spin again in the same direction.
Go for it. Still aiming for the head.
Yes, and again 26 on the attack.
That will again hit.
21 damage.
You're able to do almost the same effect. There are only a handful of strings now, maybe connected to the top of his head, one of his ears, his chin, his upper lip, his eyelid.
Ugh.
There aren't many left attached to his head.
Great. And using what little movement he has left, he's going to take a few steps and kind of shuffle, giving some distance between him and the being.
Okay, Ephron whips out Iman, the trusty Vaelor killing dagger, or at least so Batrahan says. You remember that guy? Ephron rolled a 23,
That will hit.
dealing 7 damage.
And what are you aiming for?
I'm aiming for the threads that are, like, the ones kind of at the top of his head.
I thought you were going to say the throat.
I'm aiming for the threads. I want to slice his head off. No. I'm aiming for the threads right at the top of his head, some of the final connections.
As the blade of Iman touches these threads, they split and recoil, and you hear this sizzle almost as it slices through them with no resistance.
Nice. So, after seeing how effective the blade, formerly known as the Shard of Iman, was, Ephron is going to make another attack with it at any remaining strings.
There are plenty.
This time rolling a 25,
That hits.
dealing 7 damage.
You slice it down the length of his left arm, severing the remaining threads that were holding it aloft, and it just flops down to his side. His body still suspended, but now his arm and head just kind of waggling about as he moves back and forth. Kelniace rushes up, pulling out her swords, and is able to land a furious blow directed toward these lower strings that seem to be holding his legs and moving his lower joints, and she severs a good amount of those cords. Last player.
Okay, Mick, knowing that all of his weapons are piercing, so probably won't be any good, and also wanting to conserve his energy for the ultimate baddie, you know what I mean, is going to award Bardic Inspiration to Lerots. And that will be his turn.
Pulls out the lute and sings a little ditty.
Furiously.
Lerots, you're so cool.
Yeah, tell me what that looks like, Chris.
Yeah, sure. So, just what was described is that Mick pulls out his lute and kind of furiously starts playing the lute like Le Rose. And then he suddenly feels inspired by this. And I
It is
hope
very
that he
inspiring.
It
Starts
is
having
very
flashbacks to the fights of 800 years prior.
Oh, yes.
Help me imagine this real quick, Ryan. How many strings are we talking here? I feel like we've been hacking out a lot of strings. I know we still got some of the legs, still some of the back. Like, how many strings are we talking? Are we talking this is like thick of like cotton candy-esque? There's just thousands of them? Or is it more like individual things we can in fact discern?
They are individual. It's hard to see all of them at once because they're so thin, they're so dainty that the light doesn't always hit them in the right way that you're able to see them, but there are still a large amount of strings holding him aloft, at least on his torso, both his legs, and his right arm.
Okay. And he has like a noose around his neck, right?
Correct.
Lerots, once again, wheeling with his glaive, he's going to swing above the heads of the people who are closer to him, because he is, he's actually farther away, and he's going to try, his sole objective is to hit the noose.
Okay.
And he's going to roll.
You have advantage.
All right, well, that's good. That's really good, because that was a 3. 13 plus,
1d10.
ooh, okay, 23 plus 9, 32,
You hit the crap out of that.
That hits.
16 damage.
Aiming at the noose.
Yes.
So as your glaive slices into the noose, it cuts maybe halfway through the rope, and you just see these fraying cords spill out. And this strange light, except it's just black, it's darkness, but acting as if a beam of light spewing out from inside along with this rope as it breaks. And you see this sanguine's eyes look at you with such excitement and pleading.
Okay. Then, in that case, Lerots is going to use his commanding strike to tell Ifran,
Ifran, go for the rope.
gesturing for that, which means no, you can make an immediate attack on the rope. And you add the superiority die, which for me is a d10. I'll roll that up for you. I guess actually you're supposed to roll that up. You roll that up. You add a d10 to your roll.
Oh, those are plus 9. It's like somewhere over 30. I think it hits. So
Good guess.
Over 30 hits.
Yeah. Dealing 9 damage with Iman.
As you slice at the noose around his neck, you cut the rest of the way through it, and this rope gives a sickening snap as it twists in half and then shoots upward as if it were constantly being pulled, and this sanguine body, suddenly free of this noose, you see the light just fade from his eyes, and his lips mutter, "Thank you." His body, though, is still suspended and moving by these cords and strings, but you seem to have ended his torment.
Not gonna lie, I definitely cared more about actually killing the body than sparing him of the torment, but I guess that's where we're at now, so.
As the
Classic
soul is
Lerots.
leaving the body, you hear Ifran say, "De nada."
Language of my forefathers.
So I just had a flashback to Gutter Ball.
Gutter roll.
So then, yes, immediately after the rope was snapped and the whole "thank you, de nada" thing happened, Ifran is going to attack the body again with the blade formerly known as the Shard of Iman. I guess the remaining strings on the body. He's going, and he rolled an 18.
That will miss.
Dang.
Ooh.
Okay, well, he's going to try it one more time.
Did you roll with advantage?
I did. That one was even worse. I rolled a 3 and a 4 that time. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so Iman has lost its luck. However, that's not the only trick Ifran has. He's going to spend a key point and activate Flurry of Blows. Okay, now that one I rolled a 19 plus some stuff, 28, dealing 11 damage, and I'm going to spend another key point to make that one a stunning strike, which I believe the body over here has to make a Constitution saving throw.
20.
That is over the threshold. Well, that's fine. It did 11 damage. However, he still has one final attack. Again, a 28, dealing 8 damage.
Wait, what was your hit?
28.
That misses.
28 misses?
Yes.
Okay, then, this is how it all goes down. This is how the scene plays out. Ephron, taking commanding strike, whoosh, slices at the rope, tries to slice at the body, but it's jerking this way and that. Beef jerky. Wah, wah. And then, boom, he goes in for a couple of hits. He gets a solid hit right in this guy's chest. Palm strike, right? And then as he goes for the uppercut, the head jerks to the side, unnaturally so, and the uppercut just hits air.
Beautiful. So the body now being tossed about by these strings haphazardly with no really reserve or consideration for its own safety now just is pulled back into the air and then catapulted at Ephron.
Does this count as a projectile? I.e., can I catch it and throw it back?
No, does not.
Uh,
And as it collides into you, you will take...
Wait, what did it roll?
It rolled a number that was high enough to pass your AC. That may have started with a 2 and ended with a 0.
Oh. Yeah, okay, yeah, got me, guys.
And as it collides into you, dealing 21 bludgeoning damage, you are knocked prone. And some of the strings from it detach and attach themselves to you. 8 of them to be precise, 4 on each of your arms.
That is a minor wound.
You will have a bruised sternum, which means you're going to take -1 on Constitution checks and saving throws.
Okay. Can I, as a quick free action, can I drop Imin?
No.
I got the vice grip on that guy.
Who's going next?
I have had a wild idea that now that it has become even more pertinent, I would like to try, if that is okay.
Do it.
Okay, cool. I will expend a spell slot to cast Major Image, if that will help me at all, Ryan. You get to be the decider of that. I would like to use Intent to create, like, those things that you attach to a marionette, and I want to attach the strings that have been severed to that thing.
So like one of those wooden cross things that you
but like a
hold
really
above?
big one. Like sanguine sized.
And so this won't be an illusion. You want to make it reality.
I get the feeling that I probably can't attach physical real strings to an illusionary thing. So, no, but if expending the spell slot will help me at all, then I'll do it.
Expending the spell slot will not help you.
Okay, I'll save my spell slot then.
So you'll be using Intent.
Yes, well, we're gonna try it. Here we go.
Roll a d20 and a d100.
It's a 14 on the d20
Okay.
and a 16 on my d100.
As you look into the sky and then fix your eyes upon this corpse and then look up again, it seems these strings and the clouds and the air itself has rearranged to form this ethereal thing.
Yes!
Dang.
A large cross-shaped structure that these strings then are shot up to and attach as you pull this corpse off of Ephron.
Yes!
Nice.
All right, who's after Val?
So, question. Now that Val just cast that, does he have full control over the corpse?
Not all of the strings are attached to this wooden form that Val has materialized. Some of them are still just shooting up into the twilight sky, pulling against Val's efforts.
So so I made an assumption last time that because I have only piercing weapons that I can only stab, I guess you could say, and I can't actually cut. Is that an accurate assumption?
That is an accurate assumption.
That's what I thought. Okay, well, what I'm going to do then, so I already awarded Bardic Inspiration. Can I award it to somebody else?
Absolutely.
Okay, I am going to do that and save my other thing for later. So I'm going to award Bardic Inspiration to Relandia. So seeing all my comrades really take on this guy because Mick is kind of taking the back seat because he has no other options really, I look over to Relandia and I gaze at him for a second, and then I reach out my hand and then I take it back and I take out my flute and I start again. Relandia. And then I stop it there, and then he's instantly inspired yet again.
Is it only Relandir who hasn't gone?
Well, it's Rolandir and then Kilneas and then...
And then me.
All right, so feeling quite inspired, Rolandir, also having seen this great manifestation of intent by Val with the marionette controller type device, he is going to stretch forth his hands. And he's going to concentrate very hard on the strings that have now attached themselves to Ifran. And he's going to make an upward motion and say the word release. And he's going to try to get them to detach from Ifran.
All right. So then you roll a d20, add your intelligence modifier, add your intent score.
Can I also add a d10 to my d20 roll for the Bardic Inspiration?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, all right.
I'm so excited for someone else to use intent.
So that is a 26 on my d20 roll. And then my d100 roll. 23.
So as Rolandir stretches out his hand, and I think this is the first time you've tried to exercise intent, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Speaking the words release, imagining in your head these wires and strings snapping off of Ifran, you look out and see that happen. As Ifran is freed from these 4 strings, and you hear this groan from the sky above you.
Whoa. Rolandir
Oh, I'm so excited.
Stunned.
I'm so excited.
Kelnius has a thought to herself like, wait a second, I can use intent too. And
Are you serious? This is the first time that she's used it.
and she waves her arms in a circular motion, and you see the moisture from the grass and plant life around the sanguine corpse materialize in a blade-like manifestation of water, slicing through the remainder of these strings, excluding the ones that Val is keeping him aloft with. And then she settles down into a defensive position.
So cool.
This also, for all intents and purposes, killed said plant life. All right, it's Brynjar's turn, and it's just the body and Val's cords. And I should say, as this connection then is broken to this unseen plane above you, this groaning noise that was made when Rolandir performed his move just intensifies, and it seems to rumble all around you.
Brynjar is going to try to slice this thing down the middle with his great axe.
Okay, fire away.
That was a nat 20.
Oh,
Woo.
Told you, this die is freaking
amazing.
lucky. Dealing 34 radiant damage.
Swinging your great axe down, from cranium to crotch, you bisect this corpse. Its putrid, decrepit guts spilling onto the forest floor at your feet. the two sides of it still being held aloft by Val's strings, flopping together and apart, hanging in the air. And this groaning noise above you intensifies to the fact where you can almost see your vision blur, and then it's suddenly quiet. And you all just kind of blink awake, and you sit up, not realizing that you had been lying down or in some prone position. And as you come to your senses, looking around this grove, this clearing that you're in, there are no strings, there are no cattle corpses, there's no blood, there is nothing. The sky is normal, dark. The only evidence of your battle is a large, smoking block of obsidian-like stone sitting in the middle of the clearing, about the size of a fist, jagged, in which you still hear the slightest groaning, the slightest tremble, the smallest screech of Aduinium and the soul that you freed.
What a pleasant dream.